This is the second question. During the past few years, there have been several committees and kitchen table events. Do you favor or oppose similar efforts in the future? Dave favors and Tom opposes. So Dave, you get 4 minutes to make your argument in favor of these events.
Okay. I'm pretty enthusiastic about these kinds of events because I think they give us good information. And so far, the ones that we've had have been at almost no cost to the taxpayers in Curry County. The first one that we have, which was my suggestion, in fact, I was the
there's nothing to repeat.
Commissioner that sponsored it, was the Citizens Committee. Tom was a member of the Citizens Committee. They came up with 19 recommendations. We've looked at all 19. One of those recommendations, interesting enough, was they recognized it was a revenue shortage. That, in fact, the statement was made by one of the people on the committee who actually wrote the report, as I recall, that we've taken care of. We found all the money that could be found. We followed up the fat that was there, and the issue was a revenue one. And this committee suggested a sales tax and promoted that to the Board of Commissioners to advance.
Tom, you get 3 minutes to question. We want some questions this time.
Okay. You began with the reference to Citizens Committee and some of the recommendations that were made and the fact that I was on the Citizens Committee. Are you aware that there was never a vote, a documented vote on any of those recommendations from the county or the Portland State University, and that are you aware that there was never a vote? We made these statements that this was a fact, and that was a fact, that there was never anything per the public meeting laws, a vote of those committee members. And he responds.
He gets to answer. Yeah.
I'm aware there was a vote. I disagree with you. I know that we have differences as how the minutes were kept and so on. You've raised those objections. Those objections have never been upheld. I know you've made allegations of violations of public meeting law. It was thrown out practically overnight by the Secretary of State as being unsubstantiated. Your case simply doesn't have any merit. There were votes and there was a record, and I stand behind that.
Okay, let's not stray to elections things. There was a response. Are you aware that the county council responded and said that that was not the county's responsibility? It was Portland State University's responsibility to have that vote record, and that Portland State University's response, believe it or not, was, we don't know what you're talking about. It was the committee's responsibility, and that there was no record of the vote. Are you aware of that?
I disagree with you there, too. I've checked with Portland State University. Their position is, and our position is, that there was a vote and there was a record of a vote. The meetings were recorded. That's sufficient according to the state order.
Will you then provide me with a record of the individual members' votes?
I think we can provide you with the record that the rest of us have seen, which is the visual record of the meeting, and that's all that's required under the state order for that kind of meeting.
Okay.